Good morning, brothers and sisters. This is Chuck of Chuck's Off the Grid World. What we're going to do today, we're going to change the oil on the motorhome. We're getting ready to go on a little trip here, so I need to change the oil. Last time I changed the oil was my very first video about a year ago. It was a disaster, to say the least. I hope to make it a little better this time, but we'll shall see. We got Nico, the bodyguard, is right here. Check her out. Check her out. Say hi. Say hi, Nico. Okay. Get started on this project. We got all tools out here we're going to need. First of all, I got the Valvoline 5W20 synthetic oil. I'm going to need 6 quarts. This is 5 quarts here. I got another one in the back there to make up to 6. I've got a Ford Motorcraft oil filter. I normally use Frams. Frams have been getting a bad rap from the YouTube people. I don't know why. I've been using it since the 60s, but oh well. I've got some gloves, rubber gloves. I got this big long hose. You'll see why we'll need that. I've got a way to remove the oil filter. I've got a 5/8 inch socket and a ratchet. I suggest you always use a socket to remove your drain plug on your oil pan. Just using a pair of channel locks or something, it just tears up the outside threads. I also got a ladder. Changing the oil, I need a ladder. You'll find out why later. I've got an oil pan drain the oil into, and then I got this old piece of cardboard that came with when I bought a solar panel. It was wrapped up the solar panel. Okay, this is what the inside of the engine looks like. The dipstick is right here. You pull that dipstick out, and you think you're pulling it out, and it's going to end when you get to Kansas or something. So long. And then we got the oil goes in right here, in this cap right here. Well, you can see there's no room to pour it in there. So that's why I'm using this funnel right here with a long hose. You'll see about it later, okay? Well, I'm gonna get this set up. Thank you for watching. Okay, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna try to get this oil pan bolt out. I got a ratchet. There's the bolt right there. It's very tight. My pan is right there. I don't have a whole lot of room. I can tell you right now, it's going to pour down and it's going to go on this frame, but I don't have anything I can do about that. I tried building a funnel last time, and it was a total disaster. I found out that the GoPro, not only is it watertight, it's also oil tight. So that's one good thing about the GoPros. You can abuse them. See, it's already dripping down, and I'm missing the pan, but I can't get it under there. Okay, well, just going to have to let her rip. See what happens here, and try to adjust the pan as much as possible. Okay, I can feel that the oil was a little bit warm. Okay, it's missing the pan altogether. Another disaster. Come on now. Okay, about 90% of it is going on the ground, but not much I can do about it at this point. Another disaster. I'll have to clean it up with some cat litter. But, wipe this bolt off. I was hoping to get this thing up high enough to get that underneath there, but apparently I don't have it quite high enough. Even though I got it up on the jacks, I got 2x4s under it and everything else. But just the way it is. Another total disaster. It's not total because some of it's going inside the pan, and at least this part right here is not going to rust. I'll wipe it down so it's got oil on it so it won't rust. But okay, the next thing I'm going to do is try to get the oil filter out of there. Let this drain for a moment, and then we'll stick the plug back in it so I can move the pan. Okay, so I'm going to have to drain this a little longer. Okay, I've got my wrench for the oil filter. I'm just go ahead and try to break it loose a little bit. Let me turn the camera just a little bit here. Okay, at least this time I haven't got the oil on the camera, but it's still early. Okay, got the oil filter loose. Still draining. I'm gonna get my rag out here. I know it's gonna be a mess. Okay, here it comes. I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to make these oil changes. It's a little bit cleaner. You know, I have to change my drain pan or get the RV up a little higher. I thought I had it high enough this time, but I have failed again. It's just the way it is. Okay, I can see that it is a Fram oil filter, which, like I say, I've been using since the 60s, and they seem to work really well. But the YouTube guys, they don't like them. I think maybe Fram possibly been living off their name, and they haven't improved their product any. Maybe they just making it cheaper. I don't know. But okay, let that drain down a little bit. We'll go ahead and I didn't bring the other filter out with me, so I'm gonna have to go get it. And put the drain plug back in. Put the drain plug back in. It's obvious I'm right-handed. I can't do anything on my left hand. Wipe that off a little bit. Get my wrench, my ratchet, and tighten it up. What's going on with this ratchet now? It's not operating with me. Put a little bit of torque on it, but don't break it off. Okay, that should be good. Wipe it down. And wipe a little bit of this oil off the frame. At least it won't rust. Yeah. They designed these motorhomes. They didn't design them to make them easy to work on, that's for sure. They want you to take it in, pay $150 to have your oil changed. And I'm not about to do that, as long as I can still do it. Alright, let me go check this. There's one thing you need to really do is you need to check either your oil filter, I can't really reach it, or check the housing. That's your oil filter. Make sure the rubber gasket didn't come off your oil filter. So if it didn't, it comes off and sticks in your engine block, well then it'll leak for sure. Okay, I'm gonna come back out here. Not up high enough. I didn't video me doing this. I'll show you what I did. I poured oil in the top of this filter, and then I took clean oil and rubbed it on that seal right there. This is the seal I'm talking about. You don't want, you'll make sure that seal doesn't stick to your block of your engine, because if it does, it'll more than likely it's going to start leaking. And do not want it to leak. Okay, let me see if I can get this filter camera somewhere to kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not, but place it in this place here. Only this Ford oil filter fits this chassis, seeing as it is a Ford. But lock it down here. Just after it's snug with my hand, just about a quarter of a turn. That should be good. Now I'm gonna give it a little bit more. There we go. Alright, take a rag and wipe some of this oil off of here. Okay. Wipe this down a little bit more. Alright. I think we're done up under here. The drain plug, double check it. Make sure I tightened it. You always should check things twice, if not 3 times. When you get old like me, you need to check at least 3 times. That's snug. The oil filter itself. That's snug. We're good. Okay, I can come out of here. The only thing I have to do under here from would be to, well, I need to wipe a little bit more of this oil off this frame, is to pull the oil pan out and then check for leaks after I start it back up. But we're moving out. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Okay, it's Chuck again. I'm going to show you how I want to attempt to put the oil in this. I've got the cap off. I got this hose coming up through here because there's no room to pour it in that pipe to go into the engine. I don't know why they designed it that way. I got this hose right here, and then I'm going to attempt to pour it into that, and it'll go in there. It'll take the whole 5 quarts, and then another about 3/4 of a quart to fill it. I'm going to set the camera back here. Hopefully it's where you can view it. I think that's pretty close. Let me turn it up just a hair. I don't know how it's going to hear me, but grab me a rag, and I'm going to attempt to pour this in here. Where the heck? There we go. Now we're cooking. At least it goes in there pretty quickly. I say that as I'm trying to hold it in place. Haven't spilled any yet. It's still early though. Arm's starting to get a little bit tired. It's kind of cold out here today and windy. I think it's in low 40s. I'm supposed to get below 0 tonight. That's why I'm doing it now. I spilled it just a little bit there. Nothing major. At least I haven't fallen off the ladder yet. Almost there. Okay, finish that 5 quarts off. Get the other container. These containers, they have markings on them. There's 1 quart, 2 quarts, 3 quarts, 4 quarts, 5 quarts. And I can look at the other container that I have, a little bit left over. I think I got 2 quarts left, so I just need to put 1 quart in the engine to fill it. Got a little ways to go yet. That's it right there. All is claw. This is good. This is prima dish. Okay. Now what I need to do is pull the funnel out. Alright, the funnel's out. I need to put the cap back on. Let me reattach this. It holds it up. Okay. Put the cap back in place. Put the cap back in place. Okay. And root this camera here. Put the camera right there, I believe, so you can at least hear me. Now here's the fun part. This dipstick. What I need to do before I check the oil, I need to go inside, start the engine, let it run for a minute or two, and then check the oil. Wipe this off. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully it'll start. Wow, it actually started. Miracles never cease to happen. Alright, let's pull this oil filter, this oil dipstick out. Okay, look how long this thing is. Still going, still going, still going, still going. Put it out there, look how long that booger is. One end's in my RV and the other one's in Kansas City. So what we want, get it turned around here, you can see it. What we want is between those two dots, you see the two holes in there? That's the safe zone. Let's see what we got. Stick it in there. Push it all the way in and pull it back out to Kansas City. Alright, what do we got? Now you can see it on there. It's kind of hard to see when it's brand new oil. It's right between the two dots. It's looking perfect. Can you see it? When you check your oil, you should try to be as level as you possibly can. This motorhome's pretty level because I put it up on the hydraulic jacks and it tries to level itself. That's one reason why the front end is not up high enough. It's because it's calling for more in the back as an RV to level it than it is the front. But that's just the way it is. Okay, we got that accomplished. Kind of need to check other levels, fluids and such before I take this trip. And that coolant looks good. I can't check the transmission fluid. You got to check it when it's warm. It's not warm after you've been driving it for a while. It's not warm enough. There's power steering fluid. it's good. Everything, I don't see any leaks yet. Let's look underneath the RV for leaks. I don't see anything leaking down. Everything looks dry, other than what was already wet from changing the oil. Okay, I need to get that oil pan out of there, and I'm pretty much done. Thank you for watching. Let me shut this down. Okay, brothers and sisters, it is a Fram oil filter. That's what I always use. And as you can see, this little O-ring or seal, rubber seal there, is still there. And that's very important that you check to make sure that it's not stuck on the top of your engine. Because sometimes if you buy some cheaper oil filters, that'll come off. But I've never had that problem with a Fram. But something else I'd like to talk about is the cost of oil. Okay, I just bought this gallon or 5 quarts of oil, Valvoline, at Walmart just a couple days ago. When you can read that or not, it came out to $28.32 before tax for 5 quarts. Well, then what I'll do, I'll buy 2 of these and just use 1 quart out of one of them, and use 5 out of the original one, of course. But if you buy these individually, 1 quart at a time, they're $9. And if you need 6 of them, 6 times 9 is what, 54. Well, you can do the math, but it's a lot cheaper to go this way, and it's easier, in my opinion. So, all right. I think I've had about enough fun on this, and so I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching.